Honorable Senator Diaz.
And I'm calling to Senator Sampson, and I'm calling to all those Democrats.
Okay.
Let's bring
Guys,
it to
okay.
the floor.
Okay, here they come.
So, Mr. Speaker, the governor held a brief gaggle with all of us on the phone, and he said that he's sending up budget bills on economic development, transportation, public protection, and government operations. And he's under the impression there's a deal and that these bills will pass in the next few days in the Assembly and Senate. I was wondering what you could tell us about them.
I think that's accurate. We have been moving toward a final budget, and I think that just moves us that much closer to completing the process.
What do you see as the highlights of them?
They have been negotiated, and you know, look, nobody wants to do a lot of the cuts that are in there, but the realities of the economics of today is that we have to tighten our belts and make cuts, and we've come to an agreement on that.
So will these bills be taken as standalone legislation, or will it be required for the governor to put them into the extender?
No, they will be done this week, not in an extender.
And what do you see as the highlights of these bills? How will they affect people's lives?
Look, every cut affects somebody in the state. There's a host of them. I think there are things that will be positive, you know, in terms of what we can be doing. Again, I haven't finalized the discussion with our Democratic conference yet, so you know, I'm assuming they're going to accept it. I will present it to them.
Mr. Speaker, what happens if there are education cuts in the extender on Monday? Are we potentially facing another shutdown situation?
You know what? I can see us doing a final budget by Monday if things keep moving at this pace. So I don't want to anticipate that.
Have you made any progress on school aid cuts and the tax package or borrowing, all those other things?
I think that's, you know, those are the last pieces.
But have you made progress?
Huh?
Have you made progress on them?
Well, I think we're making progress toward focusing on the end pieces.
Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry. The Senate is taking up legislation today on no-fault divorce. How do you see that going in your house?
I'm not up to the minute on that. I know it's in our committee, the Judiciary Committee, and we'll see what the committee wants. We are a committee-driven process.
Thank you. What about the governor saying he might move up the schedule for layoffs of state workers because he doesn't want to leave it for another governor to deal with?
The governor is the manager of the state workforce. As long as he's the governor, he can do what he chooses to do.
Sir, how do you see inserting the governor's proposal in terms of SUNY and CUNY and giving SUNY and CUNY more latitude in terms of setting tuition and other items, including that in the budget?
Well, it's not a budget item. It presents no savings or no revenue to the state. It's a substantive issue that we should talk about, but I believe now our function is to take care of budget issues.
Mr. Speaker,
Thank
Mayor
you.
Bloomberg was up here today and was complaining about the plans or the talk of zeroing out the AIM money for New York City. He said it's unfair to the city.
I haven't seen the mayor, so I didn't hear him.
Well, he told us that it was unfair, that the municipal aid for the city would be zeroed out.
I understand.
How do you respond to that?
There's no response. We did the best we could. The Assembly budget provided for a half restoration. You know, what can I tell you? We have to negotiate the whole thing.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
My audience, so that they know what your suffering is. And